Hey everybody, welcome back to English Brew Podcast. I'm Selena, and of course, I'm here with Mason. Today we're talking about a subject that, honestly, hits everyone, sooner or later. Debt, recessions, and, all the not-so-fun vocabulary about losing money. Fun stuff, right, Mason?
Oh yeah, fun for sure. I mean, if running out of money is ever fun, I don't know, but at least we'll try to make sense of it. So let's start really simple. Selena, you want to take a stab at debt for us?
All right, super basic. Debt is when, you owe someone money. Like, you borrowed it. Could be for a soda, could be for a house, and you gotta pay it back later. If I say, I'm in debt, that's what I mean. Basically, it stinks. Did I get that right?
Couldn't have said it better. Now, the other big word for today, recession. There's so much panic whenever people use this in the news, but all it really means is the whole country's economy is doing badly. Stores close, people spend less, stock prices drop, companies just aren't making as much money as before. And yeah, people lose jobs. Anything you want to add, Selena?
Yeah, that totally reminds me of 2008. That recession really hit me pretty hard. I mean, not just me. Lots of my friends' parents lost their jobs back then. We all started hearing about folks having trouble paying for, little things, groceries, bills. It wasn't just numbers on TV. It felt personal.
Exactly. People think of recession as something abstract, but when businesses close and friends can't find work, that's real life. And honestly, like you said, Selena, that sense of everyone tightening their belts, it gets stressful fast. And then you see those big stock prices just, falling off a cliff. I'm not a stock market guy, but I remember the panic.
Right. And it's not just Wall Street folks freaking out. When the economy's bad, pretty much everyone feels it. Even, the mob in that podcast dialogue was broke in a recession. I mean, if the mob can run out of money...
Yeah, that was wild. If even fictional mobsters can't get by, things are serious. And before we get too dark, why don't we jump to the juicy vocab from that dialogue?
Let's do it! Okay, so, words you absolutely need to sound smart, or at least survive, a money convo. First up, loan. If you borrow money from a bank or, a guy in a dark alley, you've got a loan. You gotta pay that back, usually with interest, right, Mason?
Yeah, and don't mix it up with a loan. Totally separate thing. The other one you hear all the time is mortgage. This is just a special kind of loan for buying property, like a house. It's one of those weird words with a silent T. Mortgage, not mortgage. Took me forever to start spelling that right.
Same. And then there's tuition, which, makes me think of just how expensive school is. Tuition's what you pay to go to college or university, and it's not cheap. And of course, if you didn't pay full tuition cash, often you take out another loan for that, so you're in even more debt.
Exactly. And finally, the word broke. If someone says, sorry, I can't, I'm broke, it just means they're out of money. Totally empty wallet, nothing in the bank. Even the mobster in the dialogue was broke during the recession. That joke hit me. If the mob can't loan you money, things are really rough.
I mean, isn't that the most relatable scenario? Sorry, I'm broke. But picture a big, scary mobster saying it. That cracked me up.
I know. And your story about college, this reminds me. And my university, day one, they're literally lined up offering us credit cards as soon as we set foot on campus. And if you signed up, they'd give you a free water bottle or, a t-shirt. I always thought that was wild.
Oh my God, yes! That's how you build credit history here. Get into debt early, apparently. Makes it all too easy to start owing money at 18. Did you ever take the bait, Mason?
Yeah, I totally did. I thought I was being smart. Got a Frisbee out of it, and about 2 years of minimum payments to make up for it. So in the U.S. at least, building credit almost means you kind of have to learn to handle debt early. But it's not like that everywhere, right?
Nope, which is kind of the perfect segue to talk about how other places, like Europe, look at all this stuff. Ready?
Oh yeah, let's go. So here in North America, it's almost encouraged to get in a little bit of debt. Like, banks want you to take out loans, have a mortgage, all that, because then you build your credit score, right? It's basically, congratulations, you owe money, but hey, that makes you trustworthy.
Totally. But in a lot of Europe, debt is, like, the scarlet letter. People go out of their way to avoid it. I mean, Mason, you remember in Switzerland, they won't even give you a credit card unless you've got the money up front. That blew my mind the first time I lived there.
Yeah, totally opposite of here. It really changes how people approach money. Over here, it's all about building credit, making payments, and sometimes even pretending everything's fine when you're broke.
Yeah, and if you want to sound natural, let's talk about a few English phrases you'll hear all the time around money asks. One of my favorites is, "What can I do for you?" Super polite and useful when someone comes asking for help. Like the mobster in the dialogue, remember?
Yeah, and the second one, "I'm sorry to trouble you." That's when you want to ask for something, but you don't want to seem pushy. You say, "Sorry to trouble you, but could you help me move this couch?" Or, "Can I trouble you for some advice?"
And this is a good one too, on top of all that. It's just another way to say, "Oh, and if that wasn't enough," like, "I lost my job, my car won't start, and on top of all that, my cat is sick." Helps your story sound way more fluent.
Honestly, using these phrases really helps you fit in or, sound polite, especially if you're in an English-speaking office or dealing with a tough situation. Want to show how it sounds in action?
Yeah. So I'll play the person needing help. "Hi, Mason. Sorry to trouble you, but I was wondering, what can I do for you, Selena?" "Well, on top of all that, my car broke down this morning and I really need a ride. Could you?"
Classic. And see, that little combo shows you're respectful, clear, and just a little dramatic. All the things that make conversation flow.
So whether you're dealing with actual debt or just want to sound a bit more fluent, sprinkle these into your day-to-day English. You'll get some smiles, and maybe a loan now and then. All right, Mason, should we wrap?
Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out with us. Next time, we'll tackle some other weird money topics, I'm sure. Take care, Selena, and bye, everyone.
See you next time, Mason. Bye, everybody.